What every long-term disability policyholder needs to know about the calculation of their pre-disability earnings. Did you know that visual acuity is the key to every occupation, including that of an obstetrician gynecologist like Dr. David Schweitz? I want to tell you the story about Dr. Schweitz and the pre-disability earnings calculations done in his case. He became disabled as a result of vision loss, a retinal tear in both eyes, and a right macular hole in his right eye. Obviously, he had difficulty practicing medicine, and he applied for and was granted his disability benefits. But guess what? Aetna didn't want to pay him disability benefits based on his employment agreement. The disability plan defined pre-disability earnings as the amount of salary or wage you were receiving from an employer participating in the plan on the day before a period the disability started, calculated on a monthly basis. So let's talk about how that works. Schweitz became disabled on February 4, 2015. His pre-disability earnings should have been calculated on his salary as of February 3. Now, he had entered into an employment agreement that provided that for the first 2 years of employment, his base salary was $322,689 per year, and that years 3 to 5 were to be calculated in part on the base agreement so long as he had maintained certain productivity standards. If he didn't meet those productivity standards, his base salary for the deficient quarter was to be recalculated. This agreement did not allow his employer to reduce his salary on the first day of the third year, yet in this case they did. A subsequent written agreement confirmed that his salary would be maintained at $322,689 through February 28, 2015, and it wouldn't be reduced to $156,000. Now, Aetna tried to base Schweitz's benefits on the figure of $156,000, and ultimately you know that we're going to end up in federal court. So let me tell you about the case of Dr. Schweitz and Aetna Life Insurance Company. In this case, Judge Blakely noted that Aetna had failed to justify why they used the lower number, as they argued that the lower number was correct merely because Schweitz's employer said it was correct. The judge said, look, what Aetna or the employer deems to be correct is irrelevant in the court's analysis, and the arguments about his salary were what governed the determination of the pre-disability earnings. So let's look at the contract. And when the judge looked at the contract, he ordered Aetna to calculate the earnings based on the $322,689 figure. Obviously, it's a great result, but these are the kinds of games that disability carriers will pay even once they agree to pay benefits. They'll try to manipulate the pre-disability earnings numbers to make them as low as possible. Why? That pre-disability earning number is the number against which all of the post-disability monthly earnings are going to be measured if you're claiming residual disability benefits. So let me give you an example of why this is important. Most of these disability policies will have an 80-20 split. What do I mean by that? So let me give you an easy example. If the pre-disability earning number is $200,000, if you are earning 80% or more, or $160,000 or more, you aren't owed any residual disability benefits. If your earning loss is greater than 20% of $200,000 or $40,000, then they're going to pay you 100% of the benefits. So if you earn $25,000 a month, then they're going to pay you 100% of your residual disability benefits. They'll pay it as if you are totally disabled. It's that range between the 20 and the 80 that's the problem. And of course, they don't want to pay you the maximum residual disability benefits that you might be eligible for in this 20 to 80% range. So they're going to try to keep that pre-disability earning number as low as possible, hoping that your post-disability earnings are as high as possible to narrow the range of the calculation of the residual disability benefits. Obviously, we all went to school to be math majors, didn't we? If your disability carrier is fooling around with your pre-disability numbers or your residual disability calculations, it's time to contact me. I can help you get the full residual disability benefits that you are owed, regardless of where you live in the United States. Call me today at 727-894-3188. We'll look at the policy, We'll look at the carrier's calculations, and we'll determine if they're right and what's owed to you. Call today, 727-894-3188.